next topic is, y'all know how things in life be seeming like, oh yeah, this is good, man. I wonder what's gonna come with this later on. Do y'all remember when they was giving out what? Those checks. Y'all know what those checks was. Y'all remember all those checks they kept giving out. 1, 2, 3. I'm not even gonna say the name. I might get sued. So I'm gonna say them checks. Y'all remember those checks they was giving out a couple years ago? Everybody like, yeah, I got my joint. You got your joint. Hit your account. Hit my account yesterday. I ain't get mine yet, though. I ain't call out. I'm getting mine next week. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Now gas is $5 a gallon. Everything in the supermarket is super high. See, you made a deal with the devil. Mm-hmm. And the devil has deliberated by saying, you took that little bait loan. Now I'm going to get it back in a long run for a longer term. In a short period of time, as we've seen everything go skyrocket, this is high, that's high, that's high. How do y'all feel about the deals that we couldn't even do nothing about? We just had to take it because they're going to give it to you because they're going to do what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. How do y'all feel about the economic change from 2020 to 2022? Mike, the shrewd businessman, George Jefferson Jones, I'm going to ask you first.
I mean, I'm not going to never tell nobody, don't get the money. Get the money. I'm not going to never tell nobody. I wish I could have, man. Trust me, if I... Well, what I will say is, I'm gonna say, get the money. Yes, bring it, run it, get the money. But when you get it, you still have to live like you don't have it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Unless you put it into something that you're trying to make grow, business, t-shirt business, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or you're trying to get you a car to do DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that. You need you a good running car. Get the money. You know what I'm saying? But turn it. You got to make sure you see some positive, turn coming back from it. Don't just get it. And I see in so many people, and this is what I used to say, right? It's like to tell them, I was like, these places that these people are flying are not even open. You know what I'm saying?
Showing off.
Like you going to put that ain't there's nothing open.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna go over there and go to the market? There's nothing open over there. So I used to be like, why you? Oh, I used to look on the joint. I'm in Miami. I'm in Miami. You in Miami? You know what I'm saying? Like you in Miami, but it look like you in Atlantic City.
Right. It's deserted.
Yeah, nothing open. You just walking around, your girlfriends in full seagull. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose? Like, you get it and you want to show, and this was self-esteem coming at, right? Mm-hmm. And you get this money and you want to show that you on par with everybody else, right? Mm-hmm. But I might be going too deep. I'm gonna just say, I really didn't understand why people was, and I understand they had round trip flights for $150 and
trying to get some money.
Yeah, you get a hotel room for $90 a night. That's cool. That's all.
But you couldn't even enjoy it.
That's all. But right, you couldn't even enjoy it. You want to say you went to Miami just to go to Miami and walk on the boardwalk? You want to go down there just to go?
Because people never been on planes before to the pandemic. Because they gave them that money.
I mean, that's cool. That's all right. Because before 2019, I've never been on a plane.
I'm gonna say I'm guilty of that too. I have to say I'm guilty of what he's guilty of.
I'm still not a plane guy, but I've been places. Right. I've been like 10, 12 different spots.
Right.
You name it, I've probably been there. But I just say that to say, it's just like people was doing stuff, and I think social media had a lot to do with it. Once they got the money, they want to show.
Social media is the corporate thug.
This person, and I used to sit up at night and have talks, right? And I used to be like, I remember the first time I went to Houston, Texas. My wife flew me down there, go down there, so come back. At this time, I was still living with my mom, and I felt like a nut. I felt like a whole nut because I got off the plane and had to come back and turn the key at somebody else's house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what am I doing?
Felt weird, right?
Yeah.
Felt weird because you know your capabilities.
Yeah, I'm like, No, this ain't it.
No, you're right.
This ain't it. This ain't it. I ain't even go upstairs. I was on 3rd floor. I ain't even go upstairs. I sat on the couch and started looking for an apartment. So no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But that's just, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's how I feel.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel comfortable going somewhere for a week, 3 days, whatever, coming back, getting on the plane, coming all the way back and turning the key at somebody else's house. I want to make sure you know what I'm saying, my living arrangements is right before I go off and just do something stupid.
Right.
It was stupid. A lot of stuff them people was doing was stupid.
A lot of stuff they doing is stupid when they
You
got
know
their
what I'm
money.
saying?
When they got their money. I'm gonna say this. Did y'all see this movie called PPP Loans on I believe is Amazon Prime? It's a B movie, but it's a lot of truth to it. And if you ain't see it, y'all should see it. It's funny as hell. They got this scam where everybody's getting $20,000 and PPA loans, and you know it runs a hole, and one guy goes for 2.5 million for the loan, and the feds get involved. You gotta see this movie. It's funny as hell, but it kind of tells what was going on during that time. You know, it was a grand scheme thing when you look at it. Like, wow, people getting these loans, getting all this money, but what are they doing with it? You know what I mean? I don't see nobody having a house. See, I just bought this house, nothing. I just see people going on trips, what Mike said, or at the Louis Vuitton store, at the Gucci shop in King of Prussia. I'm like, yo, they is going nuts. And then they got the check with the income tax, and they was at the factory all the way out in the Prime, wherever that was, Philadelphia Premium Mall outlets, and taking pictures out there and putting on Instagram. I'm like, what's the point? Because we done did that already. But one thing we ain't do is we ain't buy no properties like that. We ain't got no property rentals. We ain't got no properties that can make us any profit. We ain't got nothing going on as far as reproducing the money. You know what I mean? Sometimes that money is supposed to be taken into living accountability, but we also ain't looking at the long scheme of things because we never do. But like Mike say, it would have been nice if we pretend that that money that came wasn't really there, and we could have did something with it as just our people in general, instead of being where we are right now is even below, I should say, as a whole, because I'm not basing this on me. I mean, I'm fine, I'm good. But what I'm basing this on, are you good? Because since 2020, after the money loans came in, or whatever they was, came in, people haven't shown any growth, shown any progress, or anything they gained from those little lumps of money, which wasn't a lot. Even if you got the 20, still not a lot, but something should have came out of it. Well, let me move forward because I was going on and on so long that the alarm went past 5 minutes. But I'm going to move on into Miss Glam Jones. Miss Glam, how do you feel about when people got all this money, right? And you see them with Louis Vuitton shoes and Hermes Birkin bags, and they come around with all this new shit, and they tell you they got that check. How you feel about that? And you ain't seeing them having their own home, or they still living from pillow to post?
Let me get $1 because I'm gonna do what I do with my money, and you gonna do what you do with yours. Because I got that stimulus check. I started my business. I went back to school. I paid for my tuition for my school.
See,
and that was it. And then I paid my rent.
See, she did that. She did things. She ain't say she went to Miami or Vegas.
No, I did that with my money. I did that
on a regular. Right? That's the only point we really try and make right here, right?
No, but...
You know, I ain't want to disclose you. I'm just saying. That's the point we really trying to make is...
No, but it was a lot of people out there blowing it. And I started to feel like I'm like an old head now because I'm starting to talk like an old head, like talking to my little cousins. It's like, listen, no, they like, I'm not paying my rent. They said we ain't got to pay our rent. I said, dumbass, you still going to have to pay your rent eventually. It's just going to be high. It's crap. So I was telling them like, yo, pay your bills. And after all your bills paid, if you got play money, play with it, yeah. But what I told my little cousin, pay your rent 2 months up. Her rent was like cheap. It was like $600. Right. I said, take that $1,200, pay your rent for 2 months. Right. You be good. You ain't got nothing to worry about. And then you still going to work like 1 day or 2 days. Her hours got cut or something like that. Right. Like I was really trying to spit game. Right. Her ass blew that damn money. And my rent is like this because I told your ass they was gonna still make you pay that rent. See? They really thought their rent was gonna get erased. No way. I'm like, listen. Your rent is gonna go away. No. Excuse me, Mr. Rent Man. Please make my rent go away.
just for a couple of days.
And then them out there loitering and stuff like that.
Oh my God, hell no.
Tearing the streets up after that.
No, you know, when they got to looting and rioting and all that stuff started going on.
That's why everything high.
Yeah, I ain't think about that.
Listen.
They done messed up all this property. They done gave us free money. We got to pay it back. That's why everything high.
Listen. Them people don't care about them looting them stores and all. Them stores is fully insured. They don't care about none of that. They welcome them to come loot that joint, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like them stores with just say a jewelry store or whatever. You think if a riot start going on and all that, and they really need that merchandise that's in that store, they're not gonna take it out of the store when they leave?
Right, but don't their taxes go up? And when their taxes go up, don't that affect the community?
You know who taxes go
up? The jewelers.
Why would their taxes go up?
I'm just asking.
Their property
I'm not
taxes?
sure. Yeah.
No.
What about the insurance?
That's what I'm saying. Because you know when your insurance go up, that's when the taxes and stuff go up, right?
I'm
don't
not
quote
100%
me.
sure. Don't
Don't quote me.
I'm not going to agree or disagree. I'm going to just say I'm not sure. But I do know your insurance goes up at the claim.
After each claim, like the same thing like with your car insurance. If I crash my car, then they're going to pay for it and clean it.
Affected, and it's
but
a
now
big
that's
lump,
going to go up.
and they got to pay it. They mad, but they going to pay it.
But
It's going to go up.
But now it's going to go up.
It's going to go up. But getting to the point of the matter is.
So hold on. I'm trying to get a clear understanding.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody loots your store, takes your merchandise, and you put in an insurance claim, your insurance premium is going to go up, and your property taxes are going to go up.
That part I'm not sure, but
I don't know about the property tax, but your insurance is going to go up.
Premium is going to go up
because they had to pay out. They're going to be mad. They're going to have to pay out, but they're going to make it go up. Heard about that. So
you're going to get the money from right there, but they're going to get their money back.
But
they're going to get their money back.
But you get your next bill.
It's going to be more higher.
You get your next bill.
That's
your
the
next bill going to be like $200 more. You going to be like, what the fuck?
Now, I was asking
you don't got a clean slate no more. You don't get that deal no more.
Right. And I was
That's
just
what
asking you about the taxes.
They're going to be like, oh, no. It goes up once you have an accident or a claim or something like that.
Yep.
It goes up. It's all fuckery.
Either way, they're getting their money back.
Yeah, they're getting their money back. They're going to raise the rate on
ball right now.
You're going to get your lump in the front. You ain't going to worry about whatever deductible you pay that. But now your monthly bill goes up.
Now, I do feel like with this stimulus stuff, I do feel like we should have had an option. I feel like they should have made the money available for everybody, but you had to sign in and they tell us what, like your taxes was going to be garnished, that this was going to affect your taxes, stuff like that. I feel like we should have signed a waiver and the people that wanted the extra money could have got it so it wouldn't affect everybody.
I just feel like they ain't giving them enough money.
That part
in my
too.
opinion. They missed out on like $7,000. I just believe that everybody should get $7,000 more.
That's probably why they was milking it.
You just didn't give them enough. I mean, you gave them what we would make at part-time workers at Mickey D's for the year, which is roughly about $36,000. I mean, $3,600. I don't mean thousand at all. I mean 3,600, $3,600. Let me get that right. Which is nothing. I mean, total over expand of however they get the checks, those little 3 checks, which is nothing. So I think they should have gave more money because the cost of living was already high then. If you staying home all day and got to feed your kids more. And they try to disguise it with little extra food stamps and stuff like that. Stuff that I ain't even getting I don't really want to know about. But I know about it. I'm glad my people getting it. But at the end of the day, you ain't going to let them keep getting it. So we had to stand still with it. And my belief is that, the system is already got its complications. I'm not going to go into that. So I don't want to cause no problems. But what I'm saying is they didn't lead us to any extra money that could help us live a little bit more adequately instead of having us pillow to pinch. You get this 12, whatever it is, 12 and 14, and then you right back to waiting for another stimulus check because you paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck. So I just believe it just kept us at a standstill and there wasn't enough money anyway. But take the money. It just wasn't enough. That's all it is. Take the money. I ain't saying they shouldn't have gave it to us. I'm saying they should have gave us more. That's my end, and you owe us $7,000 more. That's it. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They don't sign. Only Hakeem Ginn said that. So I'm gonna move forward and say, give me my $7,000. After that, you can go ahead back to no more stimulus check.
Give me $1.
Get everybody they $7,000. That's it. Let's move forward.
That's it, $1? That's it, $1?
$1 could be anything.
Yeah, my dollar be big dollar.
$1 could be. Don't forget my dollar, but that dollar really it could be
$1 from a million.
a couple thousand. It could be anything, in my opinion. But let me move forward. I had one more topic that I wanted to go over and to you guys, and I think I kind of went on this a little bit before. I ain't sure, but I'm going back at it again. And it's not I got love in my heart. So please don't take none of this as I'm just challenging the mind. Don't take none of this as offense. Okay, so let me clear that up with sponsors and waivers and all that up front. I'm not a person of hate. I'm just a person of challenge. So I challenge your mind. As we notice, as we watching TV lately, y'all, are we being like force fed with the TGB community? And are we being force fed with interracial couples? Like, oh, now it's the Indian with the black girl. And now it's this, I mean, to me, it feels like to me, I'm seeing a lot more. How do you guys feel like? Are we being force fed? Because I watch a lot of TV and even I'm getting the HIV stuffing, hefty doses of HIV. I'm like, damn, testosterone will come and save you. And I'm like, I don't know nobody with HIV. I mean, I feel bad, but that's not in my world. So I get offensive. I'm not paying my money to watch this being force-fed with the LGBT, GZZ community, and I ain't being force-fed with, I don't got nothing against interracial couples, but I don't want to be force-fed with it every commercial. And then the HIV thing, it's overwhelming. But what do you guys feel? Because, I mean, you know, I just go straight to Hulu now because I'm like, enough with this LGBTG and HIVDD and goddamn the other stuff. You know what I mean? I had enough. But how y'all feel?
You said you feel like they force feed you?
I mean, heavy doses every day. All I hear is HIV, LGBT. I mean,
yeah, us growing up, we didn't get to see none of that on television. It was discreet. I feel like now we are being targeted. I feel like they're brainwashing our kids before our kids get to the age that they even know about sex.
Right.
Because they already seen that it's okay to do these things.
Yeah, you can just take medicine and you'll be all right.
Right. So I feel like that's why it's happening. I know that that's natural. I don't know how to explain it. I know a lot of people that are whatever terminology you choose to use, gay, lesbian, whatever.
I don't have a problem with it.
But us growing up, you didn't see all of that on TV.
Right. So why is it that?
Maybe because there's more of it.
Or maybe sponsors are the ones who are putting more into the money now. And
sponsors I say maybe more. Because there's more of it, but I think it's only more of it because they're seeing more of it.
Gotcha.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, but we are what we see. You are your environment. So, and that's the environment they put us in. So that's why it's more of it.
So in the mass breakout of COVID, we are HIV. I mean, I'm just asking.
Pretty much, because that's all everybody was doing was fucking.
I'm not saying HIV don't exist. I know it's still there. But I'm saying, I mean, we got the medicine commercials, like, down to the fact, like, to the point where I know word for word, line for line, and I ain't even trying to be mad on them, but I get your message, but I just don't think it's a balance. But let me move on, because I'm answering again. Mike, how do you feel about what's going on with... Shrewd, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't trying to...
I mean, yeah, it's more prevalent now. I don't really have no feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff affects me directly, so I don't really. As far as the what they call LGBT
community,
as far as the lesbian gay community, I ain't with that. But if that's what somebody chooses to do with their body, man, you know what I'm saying? As long as it don't affect me. None of my children, whatever. I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He done broke the glass.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my God.
I'm so sorry. That was a candle.
Yeah, you got to explain that.
But blooper. Sorry about that. That one. This guy always making me laugh, and I'm gonna blame him. Go ahead.
No, don't.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, but to sum it all up, man, you know, if that's your preference, then have at it. Just don't Just don't. I really feel like, I will say this. I really feel like that's something that should be done in the household. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it.
What should be done in the household, bro?
Because, you know, the public displays of affection between two men or two women.
Right.
You know, that's been going on since the beginning of time.
Right.
But years ago, it wasn't accepted.
Right. Now it's accepted, so now we're going to force feed it to you.
Right. Somehow along the way, it's been accepted, and if you don't like it openly, right, now you're getting charges brought up against you.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So I just feel like we know it's not right. We know it's not. We've been taught from the time we can understand English. You know what I'm saying? To know that that's not right. You're raised. If you're raised as a little girl to someday be married to a little boy, and vice versa.
Right.
You're not raised to be married to another female. But long story short, I'm not a proponent of it, but does it matter to me? It really don't. As long as it don't affect me directly, I really don't have no feelings about it. As far as the what is it, AIDS medicine?
Right. Yeah.
Get the medicine. If you got AIDS, get the medicine.
You get the commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, but they overplaying it.
Yeah, get the medicine. It might be an outbreak in HIV.
Right.
Yes, get the medicine. Get the medicine. Anything that's gonna benefit you, get it. Get it. Don't be walking around
All hot.
sick, trying to and be hateful and trying to do stuff so other people can get it. No, get the medicine, get healthy, and continue to try to live, you know, a long, productive life as long as you're gonna be here.
Right. Exactly.
You know
Good
what I'm
answer.
saying?
Good answer.
That's really it for me.
Very good answer. Very good answer. So, before we close it out, I'm asking y'all have any topics before we get ready to wrap this segment up? Y'all would like to leave the panel open to you guys.
Topics for now or topics for next week?
Topics for next week and topics for now, to make it brief, like 5 minutes, because you know we on a time schedule. Anything we want to look forward to, or anything you want to bring up now before we wrap this up, and then I'll close out with what I have.
I don't have anything to say. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
You kept it gangster. How you feel, Mike?
I'm gonna hold my topics for next week.
Okay, he gonna hold his for the next show. So I'm gonna just say this. This has been a great show. Glad y'all came out and tuned into a little bit more in-depth episode. So this time we wasn't going off or nothing about relationships so much, but we want to get to the world and what's going on in life, period. So my guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I want y'all to stay tuned. We're doing a video shoot next week. I believe it's July 29th. I want y'all to stay tuned. Mike, the Shrewd businessman, will be there with me. And, you know, my family will be there as well. We're going to do something epic. But until then, stay tuned to another podcast with me, Miss Glam Jones, and Mike, the Shrewd businessman. You heard it here first, and you ain't heard nowhere else. So don't let them gas you and cap you and tell you, I heard that shit somewhere. No, you didn't. Stop lying. Nigga, you lying. You ain't heard that shit nowhere else, because we the one did it right here in the dungeon. Yeah, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was down here, and we was making sure the shit went well, and we had security if anybody want to get out of pocket. You know, and if you don't pay the check, I'm sending him. So at the end of the day, we glad y'all tuned in, and we had a great show, and y'all stay tuned. And Miss Glam Jones will keep y'all highlighted, and Mike the Shrewd businessman will keep y'all highlighted on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to say you heard it here first. I'm your boy Hakeem Tego the Bay. Stay tuned. I'm just saying, you heard?